with meteorologist Julia Blanchett.
Western Colorado is expecting to see a cold morning this morning. We're below the 30s this morning. Before that sun rises, we're only in the 20s, and it will stay in the 20s until about 9 a.m. But we still have warmer afternoon temperatures in store for us. We could still see afternoon highs about 10 degrees above normal, and that's all thanks to a high pressure ridge still holding us strong and leaving us with clear skies. But let's dive into it because there's a lot of different factors. The first of which meaning, again, a cold morning this morning. If you're leaving the house this morning, you'll definitely want a jacket or an extra cup of coffee to keep you warm. You're looking at 26 degrees by the end of the 5 o'clock hour earlier this morning, and then by 7 a.m. about 27 degrees. Finally, by the end of the day, you'll get up to the 40s, but it does take us some time to get there. At this point in the year, we should be in the 30s, so it's a little too warm, but we'll continue to track our warming patterns because we don't stay super warm forever. We actually stay consistent, but we do have a little bit of fluctuation mixed in there. We're 47 as our high today in Grand Junction, but on your Saturday, 45 is what we expect. Sunday, 48, and Monday, 49, and then again by Tuesday, still sticking in the 40s, 48 degrees. I mentioned we should be in the 30s pretty much all across western Colorado, or at least in the main central valleys. We are supposed to be around 38 degrees in specific for Grand Junction, so we're just under 10 degrees too warm today. And that's been a common story for us here. We've been too warm and too dry for quite some time, but there is a little bit of a mixing ratio happening here because of course we have this high pressure down here with warm air to the southwest, which is keeping us warm and dry, but we also have a little bit of cold air and active weather from a low pressure trough off to our northeast. The two of those weather systems and temperature gradients are mixing, which is allowing us to see cooler temperatures than yesterday. It may only be by a few degrees, but I suppose everything helps. But going forward, if I haven't mentioned your location just yet, Grand Junction 47 degrees, and in the Delta area 49, Montrose 44, and Cortez 50 degrees, even Meeker about 33 degrees. And then those low temperatures, about 22 in Grand Junction, 20 in Delta, 19 in Montrose, and 18 in Cortez. Meeker getting down to 12 degrees. And you might want to watch out for a little bit of wind later this afternoon, as some locations could see a few strong gusts, especially down towards Cortez and Montrose. But if you are wondering what the 7-day forecast looks like, we already took a pretty good look at the Grand Junction temperature trend. It stays consistent for the near future. Our lows will be in the 20s as our highs stay in the 40s, and we tend to fluctuate back and forth. But for your Montrose forecast, about 44 degrees on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, you'll be 42 and then 47 degrees. Overnight lows are in the teens tonight, but we'll make it to the 20s in the next several days. And last but not least, you are looking at Delta staying consistent. We do warm to the 50s finally by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and Cortez is the warmest location of them all. 50 degrees is still consistent for the highs this afternoon.